Good day, friends. I'm coming to you live. Well, pre-recorded, but from my brand new office. That's right. The boy got a promotion. Well, not a promotion, but a job change. A job change that comes with my own office, a door that can lock. I've spent all of my work time here since watching Clone Wars and lounging in my hammock. I'll tell you more about it when I get home, and I'm not speaking to you over the open internet. But for now, let's just jump right into the book. So, when I found out the name of the book we were reading is called The Three Body Problem, and I read a synopsis online that talked about someone trying to solve said three body problem, I thought this was a real engineering or mathematical problem and started trying to research the real life history of the three body problem. Imagine my surprise when only the book came up and I couldn't find any scholarly articles of the actual problem. After a solid 10 minutes of researching, I finally came up with a solid theory to solve my own three body problem. The three body problem is purely a fictional problem, and my efforts on researching it are fruitless. After this pointless foray, I decided to try to forget my own scientific curiosity and jump straight into the book. The beginning of the book was actually kind of difficult to get into for me, as history is not my foray and I had no idea where the history of Chinese culture movement diverged from our actual history. It wasn't until we got to see Wang go to the big boy table with all the different government leaders that the story actually started to become interesting to me. Add into that some random countdown timer that only certain people can see, and I was hooked. Correct me if I'm wrong, but after Wang freaked out with his cameras and left the house, did he ever go back, or did he just drop his wife and child in pursuit of solving the three body problem? The actual game, Three Body Problem, was what interested me most in the story, and so every chapter that dealt with it, I was completely dialed in. People who were just able to dehydrate and rehydrate at will is a crazy concept. The willingness of them to just dehydrate in the middle of their lives, unknowing as to when they'll wake up again, is crazy. I mean, I get why they have to do it, and there were probably some civilizations who didn't willingly dehydrate, and those civilizations probably died off quickly. The teamwork, though, to be able to rehydrate on a whim and do it quickly was cool to hear too. I wonder how that would affect their world's water supplies. I guess when they dehydrate, their water just goes back into the water cycle. Would that mean that during chaotic eras, all of their bodies of water overflow or flood more often? I guess that would just add to the chaotic nature of chaotic eras. Just when I was beginning to wonder where the aliens were, they were revealed to be the real world counterparts of the civilization in the game. I thought that was actually a really cool twist, and the way that we were able to learn about the civilization that would be the attackers without knowing they were the hostile civilization was the icing on the cake. Another part of the book that sticks out in my memory is the role that Ye Wenxie plays during her time at the Red Coast base, but the part that takes place far into the book as the secrets are starting to be revealed. I remember just enough from the beginning to understand why she took matters into her own hands to reach back out to the Trisolarians, even though I still think it was a very dumb decision and a very stupid thing to do. To completely doom all of humanity just because of the hatred you have in your heart for one country's faults, it's kind of stupid. I also really like the symmetry in the writing that happened when we were introduced to the Trisolarian Radio Man. Trisolarian Radio Man and Ye Wenxie have a similar office, and they both press the same rectangular red button to transmit their vital messages. They're also complete opposites of each other in some ways. Ye wants to doom her race as they've done nothing but cause her pain, but Radio Man wants to save her race, a race he has no knowledge of, except that they're thriving and happy, because he knows that this race is going to do nothing but cause pain for humanity. I should note as an aside that the later half of the book I read in one sitting on the eve of the original book club meeting. In order to focus my ADHD brain for long enough to finish the book, but still listen to its contents, I decided it was time to enter another Minecraft phase. So now I have a Minecraft world dedicated to reading book club books, and I'm going to overlay some footage of me going around and exploring my world here in hopes that it focuses my fellow friends' ADHD brains as I finish my ramblings on the book. If the TikTok videos of Minecraft parkour over Reddit threads are anything to go by, your focus is about to be locked in for the rest of this video. Anyways, back to cool things from the book. I did take some notes while I was playing Minecraft and listening to how the Trisolarian society values these radio men, and one of my favorite notes reads, "Damn, even the Trisolarians have incels. Staying at a desk your whole life equals being isolated from society equals no bitches." Although, I'll have to admit that I'm jealous that the Trisolarians can just turn sleep on and off. I'd love to have that ability. The Trisolarians working through different dimensions to create a two-dimensional AI was, confusing to say the least. Most of the time as they spoke their scientific mumbo-jumbo, I was spaced out. Big words make my brain hurt, and they spoke a lot of them. although accidentally exposing themselves to an extra dimensional being was pretty cool. The giant eye in the sky turning into a magnifying glass trying to fry them was awesome as well, and then their carelessness that they seemingly destroyed a whole universe really sealed a deal on how ruthless these Trisolarians can be, and it makes me think that humanity doesn't really stand a chance against them. The fact that they used these AI they created to block off technological advancement was crazy as well. They talk about it earlier in the book how the Trisolarians have halted our progress in technology, but it was never really explained how they were doing that until now. Their foresight in seeing how long the trip would take and how fast humanity advances in technology really shows that their foresight and planning skills are very advanced. And that probably has something to do with having to plan ahead and figure out the best times to dehydrate and rehydrate. There's so much more cool stuff in this book that I really don't have the time to talk about, like Wong's viewing of the cosmic background radiation or the assault on the ETO. All in all, this book might have been my favorite book that I've read so far for book club, and I'm definitely adding the rest of the trilogy to my to-read list. I'm dying to know how these little bugs, known as humans, can rise against the technologically superior sponge boys known as the Trisolarians. I also don't think that the actual form of the Trisolarians was described in the book, only that they were modeled after humans in the game, so I look forward to the reveal of their actual forms. If it wasn't obvious, my recommendation for this book is yes, definitely read it. And with that, I think another successful month of book club comes to an end. Take care, my friends, and I'll see you again next month. Well, technically this month, I guess, since book club is on May 1st.